When washing bottles by hand, I worry if my bottles and pump parts are even getting clean after touching the sink where dirty dishes often sit, and using a bottle brush that sits on the counter. Might I add, is the soap I use even safe? Did you know washing baby bottles by hand typically takes 5 to 10 minutes per bottle when including disassembly, scrubbing, rinsing, and air drying? After realizing this, I considered putting these items in the dishwasher instead. But I do not want my baby's bottles and the pump parts I use to be washed with dishes that have old food still on them. If that isn't bad enough, the average dishwashing cycle takes 2 hours, and I will definitely need my pump parts again before then. The Momcozy Baby Bottle Washer leaves bottles, pump parts, pacifiers, and more spotless every single time, and you can choose from a 19 or a 29-minute wash cycle. Oh, and by the way, listen to the sound difference. That's the bottle washer, and here is my dishwasher. Now that I have you intrigued, let's get into today's video. Is the Momcozy Bottle Washer actually worth it? I am a first-time mom, and all of my friends have been recommending the Momcozy Bottle Washer, and I looked at the price and I was like, is this actually worth it? Am I actually going to use it? Is it worth the price? Is it going to be just another item that sits on my counter and doesn't get touched? Babies are expensive, and the last thing I wanted to do was waste my money on a bottle washer I wasn't going to use or like. So in this video, I'm going to share some footage of me using the bottle washer the first time, and if it was actually easy to use and set up. And then I'll also list pros and cons and my overall thoughts on the product.
Yeah, captured a creepy EVP that was telling him did my gun shells camera capture this on it, telling us that yes, and was she my gun? 4 minutes after activity is literally like being trapped. In here, comes in close contact.
The bottle washer was super easy to set up. I literally just had to put the lid on, plug it in, put the drain hose in the sink. So that was super easy. And then I looked over the directions, which I usually do not like looking at directions, but it had pictures and was super easy to understand where to put the bottles, where to put what parts. And then there's different settings, but you really can just push the power button, push the start button. And so it was very easy to figure out. And after you have it all loaded, there's these little dishwashing tablets. You just put it right in there. Super easy. You do fill the water tank before running it, and you can remove the water tank and fill it up that way, or keep it on and fill it, which I thought was very convenient. And it shows where to fill the water to, so it wasn't complicated trying to figure that out. I'll list off some features of the bottle washer really quick. It washes, dries, and sanitizes bottles, pump parts, pacifiers, teething toys. So you're able to spend more time doing other things around the house or spending time with your family instead of having to wash bottles by hand or wait for a long dishwasher cycle to run. It has 26 powerful spray jets, so you know it is really cleaning those bottles. I picked a bad time to record this. He sleeps a lot, but of course right now he's all alert and you're like, where's the milk? I do pump, so I love that it's safe for pump parts, so I don't have to be hand washing those and washing the bottles in the bottle washer. I can put them all in the bottle washer. There are 9 different cleaning modes, and there's a quick wash, and it washes the bottles thoroughly in only 19 minutes. And you can select a mode where it will dry and store them, so you can just leave them stored in the bottle washer for a bit. It effectively sterilizes the bottles, and one thing as a new mom is I'm very nervous about everything. So with hand washing, dishwashing, I'm like concerned. Oh, is that a burp? I'm concerned about if the bottles and everything is actually getting sanitized well, but with the bottle washer, I don't have to worry about that. For something that washes quite a few bottles and pump parts and all of that, it is pretty compact and fits on my counter just fine. We have a smaller kitchen and not a ton of counter space. Are you looking at Mom? So it's nice that it doesn't take up a ton of space. Now for some pros and cons of the bottle washer. It was super easy for me to figure out as someone who usually struggles to figure things out. It thoroughly cleans bottles, pump parts, and all of that. It doesn't take up a ton of space. It's faster than hand washing, and I feel like it uses a lot less water than hand washing or washing a full-size dishwasher. Since it is time-saving, I'm able to spend more time with my little guy. And again, I'm less nervous about if my bottles are actually getting sanitized or not. A couple of cons are it is pricier, like on the pricier side. A lot of people might not just have that money to drop and you might have to save up for it, but something you could put on your baby registry. I have noticed just a couple times that when it's done drying and everything and I go to grab something, there's a little bit of water left on it. Depending on the product, sometimes water is easily able to be left on it. And if you do choose one of the longer cycles, it is quite a bit, but like I said, there is the quick wash cycle. One more con is after using the quick wash cycle, sometimes I notice water spots on the baby items. However, using distilled water helps prevent this. So what do we think, little guy? I definitely thought there was a lot more pros than cons, so I, in conclusion, think this bottle washer is 100% worth it. To showcase how well this bottle washer really works, look at these before and afters. Here's some before of my pump parts, and then after. They are so much more clear and clean now. To prevent mineral buildup and maintain a smooth running bottle washer, I definitely keep up with cleaning it. I clean it about once a month and it is so easy. In case you're wondering how to clean it or wondering how simple it really is, here is some footage of me cleaning mine. I start by removing all of the pieces and then I take my collapsible dishwashing bin and fill that with warm soapy water. I use a non-toxic fragrance-free soap. And then I just begin scrubbing. I make sure to scrub all of the pieces thoroughly. Sometimes I let them soak for a little bit before I scrub. And this whole process only takes me a few minutes. It is super quick and there's not a crazy amount of pieces. I make sure I rinse off all of the soap so that doesn't get left behind. And then I let it air dry for a little bit. And sometimes if I want, I will dry it with a towel. But usually air drying is just fine. I also make sure to clean the lid and the water tank. Before putting the bottle washer back together, I make sure to wipe out the inside of the bottle washer along with the outside and just get all of the surfaces around the whole washer. Putting the bottle washer back together is just as easy as taking it apart. It literally takes less than a minute for me to put all of the pieces back in. The last thing I wanted to do in this video is quickly describe the detergent tablets if you are curious. The bottle washer came with 60 tablets. They remove the stubborn milk film and odors, and they are non-toxic, baby safe, and fragrance-free, which is very important to me as a mom. Mom's usual, comment down below a baby product you either think is 100% worth it or something new moms should pass on. We're gonna go eat now. Bye bye.